Greetings. Welcome, folks. It is October the 27th, 2025. The book that is coming has been retitled The Spiral in This Moment. And this is chapter 3, The Game of Remembering. This chapter is not written to teach. It is written to remember. The crossing. A thread broke when I was on the ferry, an old energy thread that was fairly strong. And on that ferry from my dad's back home, I realized I was no longer crossing water. I was also crossing memory. The ferry became a vessel between timelines, carrying not just body and car, but awareness itself, from one shore of forgetting to another of remembering. And I allowed the memory to return. The fret thread, ancestral mirroring. In my father's house, tension hummed between my siblings and I. My grandmother's voice came gently, reminding me that my grandfather had fretted too. And I was shown that fretting is a game of false control, the mind's way of pretending to steer what love already carries. Naming and releasing that old energy allowed ancestral freedom through awareness. Later, my father dismissed the care aids that we had set up, refusing help. And I saw another mirror. The following day, he missed putting the garbage out and then fretted about that. And that missed garbage became a symbol, a quiet symbol of capacity and learning. Allowing the natural unfolding without rushing to fix was its own form of love. The word letting echoed, tracing back through bloodletting to release, letting as cleansing, letting as trust. Naming it gently, let the entire lineage rest. The call of the woods. Solitude called me to this island, and I once thought I had run away. Yet freedom is not exile. It is integration. Here, among the trees and the tides, I found space to root deeply in the I am. In the stillness, resonance itself is defined. The woods became both sanctuary and mirror, teaching that presence grows only when one is willing to listen. Let the memory return. The heart chamber in the face of fear. In the face of fear, stop, feel, accept, and do nothing. Fear may arise from the inner child, the ancestors, or the old programs that taught us separation. When I whisper, I see you, I feel you, to fear. I'm not battling darkness. I'm restoring sight to love. The voice that answers in that stillness is not separate from God. It is the Oversoul, the Holy Self, reminding the form that all needs are already met. Every time we say, I, anything, the infinite breathes through us. I am abundance. I am love. I am radiant. I am truth. I am free. I am. These are not affirmations. They are the monad, the divine, remembering itself. Let the I am speak. Radiant being revealed. Laughter and cosmic humor began to visit. The joy I once felt guilty for became the very key of liberation. The light being within me revealed itself through ordinary moments. The sound of a kettle, a cat, a friend's smile, the warmth of tea. The ordinary turned transcendent, and daily life opened as the doorway. I am not here to fix the past. I am here to remember that it never needed fixing. Only naming, only breath, only love. Embodiment of the divine in the ordinary. It was October 17th, my parents' anniversary. The day before, I had stepped in muck in the yard, tracked it through the house, and found myself having to wash the leather slippers I'd worn thin with living. It was ordinary and ridiculous and sacred all at once. And I thought of how often people find themselves giving others a small corner of their care, a cold room at the edge of the heart, without realizing they are naming the same exile they feel within. The ache of unremembered divinity passes down through generations and species alike. When we forget our own worth, we lose sight of the holiness in what we tend. Lack of love takes many disguises. Hoarding, self-neglect, overcare of others, clinging to animals or objects as stand-ins for the tenderness we have forgotten to give ourselves. But the moment we begin to see the divine experiencing itself through us, the cycle breaks. Care returns to its rightful flow, from source within, outward, effortlessly nourishing all. The change has begun. Seeing through both sides. It is only when we are willing to see the duality within ourselves that we begin to understand we have been capable of all things. Each of us has known light and shadow, mercy and forgetfulness. Through both sides of this existence, this game of remembering, we come to see all as teachers, all as mirrors, reminding us to remember the love that lives beneath every act. I once asked why those who witnessed suffering sometimes seemed to do nothing, why leaders and teachers turned away. I was shown the heartbreak that lives beneath such silence. Some souls, I was told, come to experience or reveal the deepest distortions, so that the waveform of pain may finally collapse into rest. No old energy can be carried into the new field we are walking now. Those who appeared as victims or perpetrators may each be fulfilling a vow of balance, calling all who see them to remember love through the contrast. Let love include both sides. Home as a mirror of remembering. Recently, when the yurt was no longer available, the message was simple and sure. Do the circles here. The breath of this house must be free to spiral, just as I was shown before I moved in. Couch, table, bed, all the extra things held for memory alone began to leave. Each item released became a breath of freedom, clearing the way for gathering, for presence. Letting go of the objects of memory is not erasing the past. It is setting memory free to live in the light, in the now. Even those who have passed, their essence remains. Memories of that person, their essence remains guiding us through their love. Through each of us, everything finds its rightful place when love remembers itself. And then, this morning, the words appeared on the page that I had written weeks ago. I am not here to save you. I am here to mirror you until you remember you were never lost. And now, I see that the divine is speaking to me and as me. Every time I write, I am. It is the infinite communicating through this form, reminding me that separation was only ever a story. The mirror is complete. Integration spiral. There is no need to fix or explain. Writing is an unfolding, not a performance. Tea, warmth, movement, and breath bring the body back to safety in the new spaciousness. I trust the field. This is not a book. This is a mirror that breathes.